You're back on the John Fredericks Radio Network. We're with Tim Donohue. Timothy Donohue is the mayor of Middle Township, which is where we are right now in Cape May Courthouse. Tim, great to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me. Welcome to Middle Township. I'm really excited about your tour and that you took the time to stop here and visit us. We're encouraging all our visitors to return and to have a great summer here in Cape May County.
Tell me about small businesses here. What's happening?
Well, we really thought we were headed towards a banner season. We had a great year last year. We had the president here in January in Wildwood. There was a lot of momentum going towards the season, and then the coronavirus hit, and we all did band together to work with the Governor Murphy, who is not a political ally of most of us in Cape May County. It's a very red county, but we did band together to, as he said, flatten the curve. We closed our businesses, we closed our schools. Everybody came home, and it was great personal sacrifice by all these business owners. It's a very tough time of year for business here. This is probably the time of year where people could least afford to close their business as we start to get rolling into a new summer season. So look, we did our part. We believe that we're through the crisis. There's no longer any justification for the state of emergency in New Jersey, and that we need to open up our businesses now in a safe and responsible way and get moving towards the summer season.
What are your business owners saying?
It's heartbreaking, really. Between the folks that are on unemployment and the folks that have had their businesses closed, we're a mom and pop small business. Our biggest employers in this area are probably in the hospital and in government. Most of our businesses have been around for 3, 4, or 5 generations on the shore. Multiple generations of families have been supported by them, and they make most of their money in a 12-week period in the summertime. And to hear people, I spoke with a woman who her grandfather opened a bike rental shop in Wildwood in 1944. And she's been working there since the 50s, and she doesn't know if she'll be here much longer. You hear stories like that, and then you hear people say, well, maybe it's better if we just don't have a summer, keep everybody safe. But people have no idea what the economic devastation is going to be if these businesses don't get up and running. Because if we lose our summer, we basically lose a year of economic activity.
Have any of these business owners actually talked to the governor?
Well, we have a business recovery task force. We have a business countywide business initiative. It's made up of several key business owners in various sectors. We put together a plan very responsibly, phased plan that would reopen the economy ahead of the 4th of July weekend. I know that some of those people have been on some conference calls with the governor's office. Whether they've spoken directly with the governor, I can't say. I just don't think the governor understands the economy down here and the sense of urgency that we have to get reopened. He's refused to take a regional approach. You see the headlines of all the cases and unfortunately all the deaths we've seen in North Jersey, but this is really about the New York metro area, which we're a part of. We've had about less than 1% of the cases in New Jersey have been in Cape May County.
1%.
Yeah, outside of long-term care, which we all have seen the tragedy there. Outside of long-term care, we've had 10 deaths in this county from COVID in the last 11 weeks.
Of those 10, anybody under 60, 65?
I don't know precisely. I do know personally some people that have gone through the virus, younger people that really weren't too symptomatic. I do know people that have lost family members in long-term care facilities. I don't know of any younger deaths. Look, every death is a tragedy, but the world will never be safe for everybody, right? So, what the approach I've taken is how do we best calculate the risk? And in our community, we're 1/2 of 1% of us have tested positive for this of the 19,000 people that live in our town. We need to reopen the economy. We need to get back to work, and we need to protect the people that are vulnerable. We obviously know who they are at this point.
So basically, you just want your constituents to have the opportunity to make a living.
Sure. I mean, these are people I grew up with. They know where I live. They know
they have a right to, according to your governor, they have no right to make a living.
Well, look, it's the governor's job is to protect our rights, not protect our health, right?
Thank you.
It's our job to protect our health.
Very well said.
and obviously government can try to help to create those conditions, but it should be within the confines of the oath that's taken by every elected official, which is to defend the Constitution and to serve under the authority of the people. That's been completely twisted around here. And, if you look back to when the pandemic started and there were a lot of unknowns, and I guess someday the history will be written and we'll find out what really happened here. But I think we all sort of said, okay, we're gonna button down. And I think people voluntarily said, we're going to do this for the greater good of the community. And they did. But we're well past, in my opinion, and the governor spouts the stats every day on his daily press conference. We're well past the point where we have to, quote unquote, flatten the curve to save our healthcare system. Our healthcare system is fine. And as we see around the world, the virus comes, it peaks, it peters out, and the world needs to open back up. So our people have a right to open. Our churches have a right to open. We've worked closely with our churches to find ways within these executive orders to allow them to operate. But we're at a boiling point now where people have had it, frankly, when it comes to their rights and it comes to their livelihoods. And I can see in the next few weeks here that there's going to be a certain amount of civil disobedience is going to begin because people are just desperate. They're desperate to get their businesses
Okay,
open.
but your whacked governor, Murphy, who's whacked, right? A gym owner attempted to do that. We think will be with us tomorrow. Up the shore a little bit, tried to open up a gym, did social distancing, wiped everything down. And so went on Fox News. Civil disobedience, if you will, Mr. Mayor Tim Donohue. And so what Governor Murphy's response to that is he seized his business. He changed the locks on his door. He cut off his water and cut off his electricity and pulled his business license. And now he's got to file bankruptcy and he's ruined. So he tried civil disobedience, and the governor came in with jack boots and basically put his family out on the street. How's the state reacting to that? Is New Jersey now okay with that, like seizing your business?
Well, I think it's
So you're calling for civil disobedience, which I am also, but your governor took a guy's place of business away and put him out on the street, and now he's claiming bankruptcy and he has no money to feed his family. That's not the New Jersey that I grew up in. Is this the new New Jersey now? Just take my business and put me out on the street? That's okay?
We love New Jersey. We live here. We've grown up here, especially this part of the state.
I grew up here.
Right? And
I get it.
We always say we're from South Jersey, right? I think this is a rude awakening for a lot of people who have bought into the progressive Kool-Aid. Governor Murphy wants to turn New Jersey into California. He wants to out-California California. He wants to control the state. He wants a nanny state. He wants sanctuary cities. He wants to take your guns away. And apparently the people of New Jersey, many of them, don't have a problem with that. So what we see here is the chickens coming home to roost. And maybe some positive benefit out of all this tragedy will be that people wake up to realize how much control the government has slowly but surely and progressively taken over their lives. And the hammer that they have is all this regulation, right? So they can take your gym license. They can take your hairstylist license. They can take your liquor license. So when people say, well, let's all just open up. Let's just open our businesses. What are they going to do? Well, guess what? You've given the governor and these progressive governors a big hammer, and there's a lot that they can do to hurt you if you go against what they want. It's very challenging. We've been of a lonely voice down here in the southern part of the state railing against all this for a long time. We've been a conservative red county for a while. I'm also the vice chair of the Republican Party in this county. And like I said, it's a lonely fight. But hopefully maybe some people will wake up and decide to join that fight.
Is Murphy going to get reelected in 2021?
Well, I think a lot depends on how this plays out and just how devastated the economy really is. I think we don't have any idea at this point. And if he can continue to put money into a certain percentage of people's pockets and so they're comfortable to stay home and never go back to work.
In their pajamas.
Sure. So, as long as it goes back to Ben Franklin or whoever said it, as long as people, maybe it was Jefferson who said it, when people find out they can steal from the Treasury, you got them, right? They'll vote for you forever.
Tim, there seems to be an amount of enforcement discretion here in Middle Township, which, if the enforcement comes down to the local law enforcement, I think, what is the role of the mayor in guiding that or directing that? And I'll give you two examples. This in itself had some flexibility to permit guests before June 1st, I think largely as a matter of enforcement discretion, whereas the hotels in Cape May City and Stone Harbor, you can't go in there until I think it is June 1st.
Well, give me a quick update on that,
Yeah.
because just in the last 24 hours, that date has been revised to June 26th.
Oh, no.
So we're good. But again, it's a win.
June 26th.
So June 26th, it's a long story about the short-term rental ban, which was put in place to discourage people from coming to the shore at the height of the pandemic. People were worried about on a hot weekend. You get a flood of people down here from what at that time were hot zones.
So your governor said you can't rent a room until June 26th. You can't stay in a hotel until June 26th. So basically, he put the hoteliers along the shore out of business.
The governor gave the counties
a death sentence.
The governor gave the counties the discretion to do that, and the counties put a countywide restriction on rentals, short-term rentals.
Okay, let me get this straight, Tim. You're the mayor of Middle Township, so your county, the county that controls Cape May, Wildwood along the shore, somebody elected these people, supervisors, however your system is, council members. Somebody elected these people, and the people that elected them, they made the decision to shutter and put out of business hoteliers from the tip of Cape May to Belmar, New Jersey. All these supervisors did that, and they're going to get reelected, and they put thousands of companies into bankruptcy and cost all these jobs. Who the hell is going to vote for these people ever again?
Well, the governor closed.
Answer me that question.
The governor closed the casinos, etc. This was a countywide,
but the
county decision. So you got to understand.
So what county are we in?
We're in Cape May County. So in our economy,
supervisors. Who controls Cape May County? Is it council?
It's a board of freeholders.
Freeholder. Okay. So New Jersey has the county freeholders.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got freeholders in Cape May County that have said, you know what? All these hoteliers along the shore, they've been here for 50 years. You know what? You're out of business. Because if you're shutting down till June 26th, you're going to go bankrupt. You can't pay rent, mortgage. All the people are out of work. At some point, they all come up for re-election, right? All the freeholders come up. I don't know what your cycle is, 2021. Are they going to get reelected? I mean, what country am I in?
Well, here's the rationale. And we're operating from the reality that we're in, which is this pandemic and everything's shut down. Most of our hotels aren't open in the winter.
There's no pandemic. You account for 1%.
Yeah, I mean, look
of the deaths in New Jersey. So there's no pandemic in Cape May County. Let me ask you again: are these freeholders going to get reelected in the county who they put thousands of people out of work?
That's up to the voters, and we'll see how this plays out. But I'm trying to explain the rationale, which was so. The governor shut down the state. Our goal is to get our economy back open for the summer. So the plan that we presented was to ramp up our economy slowly to protect July and August, which are the golden goose of the summer season. So most of the hotels are not open in March, April, May.
Unbelievable. It's like you're living a nightmare.
Well, you're right, but we're not making the rules of this game. So we're trying to find our way out of this box according to the rules given to us by Murphy. So we take what is in the executive order and say, how do we negotiate this labyrinth back to reality? And we don't hold a lot of power in this. So how do we find a way within the emperor's framework to get out of here?
Unbelievable.
And that's the game that we're playing.
Mike, did you ever in your life think that we would be sitting here today in Cape May County, talk to a mayor who has no power or authority? The governor and freeholders who represent the county have put thousands of people out of work and companies into bankruptcy. Did you ever, Mike Pender, in your life think you would be sitting here having this conversation? Ever, Mike Pender?
No, but local governance has long been an issue in New Jersey, where the authority lies, whether municipal, county, state, and it's been the subject of national lawsuits, actually, property rights-wise, who makes the zoning decision. So it's been interesting time. But getting to the rationale for extending it to June 26th now.
No.
Oh,
I may have misspoke.
okay.
It was June 1st. It was pushed back to May 26th.
Oh, good.
So we're open at
All
this
right.
point. If I said June, I misspoke.
Yeah.
We've been fighting, with these
great.
since these dates were set. We've been fighting to get them pushed back and pushed back.
Okay, but
So everything is open
but
at this point.
June 1st,
Right.
it's not really open because the hoteliers I talked to yesterday said 50% occupancy, social distancing, can't eat in a restaurant. So it's basically I can open to lose money. So I can stay closed and have no money, or I can open and lose more money because I can't fill up my hotel. I can only get to 50% occupancy, and I built my hotel to have 100% occupancy in the summer. So
Sure,
I
it's
have
the
to
same with the
staff,
restaurant.
and I have to have same with the restaurant. So now I'm going to open so that I can lose more money. If this is, I live in, it's like we're living in a New Jersey insane asylum.
Well-
How these freeholders get reelected is beyond me. And I'm going to be following this. And if they get reelected, like, you guys are done. I mean, you might as well get the hell out of here, because if you're going to reelect these people who have shut your lives down and you're going to reelect them, it's one thing about reelecting the governor in Trenton. He's got his base in Newark. He's got billions of dollars, whatever. But your local freeholders in Cape May County are going to get reelected after they destroyed lives? They're going to get reelected? Then you guys deserve it. I'm just going to tell you that, Tim. If you reelect these people, you guys deserve your fate.
John, one point on that.
Think about this, Mike Penders. This is unbelievable. You've got locally elected officials in Cape May County that have put thousands of people out of work and shuttered businesses, and your death rate is 1%. And I bet if you checked under 65, it's probably like 2 people. Unbelievable. It's like you're living in a nightmare, Mike, you can't get out of.
Well, one of the distinguishing features about New Jersey governance is that they have the strongest governor in the country of any state, and he appoints the attorney general, he appoints the
But it doesn't matter. Tim Donohue just said the county freeholders made that decision, elected by the residents of Cape May County. So the residents are going to vote for them to destroy their life again. It's just mind-boggling to me. John Fredericks Radio Network. Look, I got to get to a word from our sponsors. We're here live. We're in Cape May County. It's like it's a nightmare I can't wake up from. We're with Mayor Tim Donohue, Middle Township, and the ever-effervescent Mike Penders from Manassas.